Stephen Twitch boss's widow Allison Holker has broken her silence following the backlash she received for comments she made about her late husband. Holker was slammed by boss's family and friends for labeling him a addict while promoting her upcoming book.
Even a lot of people knew him as Twitch. Very two different humans. He wore this character of Twitch. It did become a part of who he was, but that extroverted personality was not natural for him. When he would go out as Twitch,
Allison Holker has found love again after her husband Stephen Twitch boss's death. The Dancing with the Stars alum teased her new relationship by posting a photo on Instagram of the shadows of her and a man holding hands. She simply captioned the sweet pic with a red heart emoji, signifying that the mystery man was her lover.
When I would think about my husband at the time, I would think, oh, I love that Twitch is such a great performer, but then when he comes home, he feels safe enough to be Steven. I wish in that part of my life with him that he would have felt comfortable asking for help, wanting to go to therapy, wanting to talk to his friends or loved ones or people he felt comfortable with about what he was really feeling.
it's been, if I'm honest, a very challenging year.
Yes.
Full of very convoluted feelings and conflicting emotions where sometimes I'm just really joyous and happy, and then other times I'm really angry and sad and full of all these different confusing feelings that are all at the same time.
Hold on to your seats because this drama is next level messy. Allison Holker just got exposed, and the receipts are not in her favor. A leaked audio clip has people talking, and let's just say her image is taking a serious hit. It turns out she's been accused of lying and, even worse, scamming Twitch's family out of a ton of money. Yep, you heard that right. And Twitch's mom? She's absolutely livid and firing off some major accusations. Let's unpack this chaotic scandal. But before we do so, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.
Stephen was an incredible father, an incredible husband, and we shared in something so special. Like, our love was so real and it was so loud and beautiful. I tell people, like, at our house, it was like it was a choreographed dance. It was a beautiful routine, and
That's the confusion that I've always been left with, because I'm not gonna have closure, my kids aren't gonna have closure, because it's very confusing when you think everything's wonderful.
In her first social media post since Stephen Boss's death last week, Allison Holker shared this on Instagram, a selfie of the smiling couple. Holker left a short but powerful message. My one and only, oh, how my heart aches. We miss you so much.
Speaking on the topic of love, what's the thing you loved about Twitch the most and still love about him today?
the best hugs.
Man.
Man.
No one realized that Allison Holker has never danced since her husband's passing, using Stephen Twitch Boss's $6 million inheritance to keep their 3 children.
So here's the tea. Allison allegedly told everyone Twitch had addiction issues, but his family says it's all a big fat lie. And she wasn't just spreading rumors, she was using his name to cash in. But wait, it gets worse. According to Twitch's family, Allison made them sign hush-hush NDAs just so they could attend his funeral and even see his body. Like what? Who does that?
So since Twitch has passed tragically, his wife has decided, Allison Holker, to come forward with some intimate details about his life. Do you agree or disagree with this? Let's watch.
I've had some major lows, as I'm trying to figure this out and navigate this myself, and I'm very scared to ask for help. And I'm learning how much strength it actually shows when you decide to stand up for yourself and ask for help and finally lean on someone. I know for me, for the last 2 years, I felt like I wanted to get my kids through everything. I want to get my family through everything, and I want to get all my friends and all the fans and all these people that loved our family so much. I wanted to make sure I could carry them and get them through it. And then I realized, well, wait, I haven't taken a moment to also heal myself. And so it's like I'm learning that what he experienced, I want to be an example of now and show other people they can do it.
Things really hit the fan when Allison dropped a tell-all book about Twitch. In it, she spilled all kinds of dirt about his so-called addiction issues. She even went on a talk show to air out more of his personal struggles. But Twitch's family wasn't here for it. They came forward, saying she was lying, manipulating, and making them jump through ridiculous hoops just to be there for him when he needed them most.
Like, comment, and subscribe. It's being reported that Allison reportedly blocked Twitch's family from profiting off name with the NDA, says it was about privacy, but then she's been trying to monetize and make money off his name.
And let's not forget, people were already side-eyeing Allison before this leaked audio. The way she handled Twitch's passing left a lot of folks feeling uneasy. Just days after he passed, she was back on social media, acting like it was business as usual. Now, with this audio leak, Twitch's family is determined to expose her for good. The gloves are off and they're not holding back. Steven, Twitch boss, wasn't just a dancer. He was a force in the entertainment world. From his talent to his unforgettable energy, he left a mark wherever he went. His big break came on So You Think You Can Dance, where he wowed everyone with his moves and charm. That's also where he met Allison Holker, a fellow dancer who shared his passion for the craft. Their connection grew into a love story that fans adored, with the two becoming a power couple in the dance world.
Okay, I am very invested in this, and I'm hoping that there are people on TikTok that are also very invested in this. Do you guys remember Twitch? He was on So You Think You Can Dance. He was featured on The Ellen Show. He was a dancer and choreographer, very nice, very kind man, very, very talented. He sadly took his own life about 2 years ago, and this news was very shocking to people because he was a very bubbly, very kind, very out there person. He was married to this woman, Allison, and they had children together. So everybody was like, oh my God, this poor woman, she lost her husband, she lost the father to her children lost their dad, and everybody was feeling really bad for her. This woman has now gone on People and given an interview about Twitch and said that he had a severe drug problem and that he took his own life because of his severe drug problem. And this is something that he did not tell anyone. Nobody knew this about him, that he was allegedly a addict.
Twitch later returned to the show that kickstarted his career, but this time he was a judge. It was a full circle moment that cemented his status as a legend in dance. But he wasn't just about dancing. He's shown on television too, as the DJ and co-executive producer on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. His energy lit up the screen. Outside of work, he and Allison gained even more fans on TikTok, sharing fun, creative dance videos that showcase their playful bond. For nearly a decade, Twitch and Allison's marriage seemed like the definition of #relationship goals. After 13 years together, 9 of them as a married couple, they were raising 3 kids and living what looked like a perfect life. But behind the smiles and upbeat energy, Twitch was quietly struggling with his mental health. He kept those battles private, even from the people closest to him, until the weight of it all became too much.
Even a lot of people knew him as Twitch. Very two different humans. He wore this character of Twitch. It did become a part of who he was, but that extroverted personality was not natural for him. When he would go out as Twitch and make sure he's spreading all this love and joy and positivity and be dancing all the time for people, and it would drain his energy. You would have to come home, really recharge his battery. Yeah. That also comes with the state of depression because he would get really low. He showered people with love. Sometimes I wonder when he would receive so much love, he almost didn't think he deserved that love, so he'd give it right back. That's how much he loved people. I think he would just keep draining himself so much. It was just so on this roller coaster ride. You have to hold on to half your cup to that love that you deserved for yourself. Like what you guys saw on TV, it was a huge part of him. But the other side, it would take a lot to be that.
It's hard to believe, but Twitch's story took a heartbreaking turn when he was found in a hotel room, passing away from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. His demise left everyone stunned, family, friends, and fans alike. They couldn't make sense of how someone so full of life had been silently battling such deep pain.
Touching message from the widow of the dancer and TV personality and inspiration to a lot of us. known as Twitch. In her first social media post since Stephen Boss's death last week, Allison Holker shared this on Instagram, a selfie of the smiling couple. Holker left a short but powerful message. My one and only, oh, how my heart aches. We miss you so much. Twitch was last seen in this Instagram video he shared on December 11th, doing what he and she were known best for, dancing. Just 2 days later, he was found dead in a motel room in Los Angeles. The death was ruled a suicide. Twitch was 40 years old. Since then, there has been an outpouring of support for Holker and their 3 children.
Allison Holker, his wife, later opened up to People magazine, sharing how blindsided she felt by the tragedy. She admitted that there were no warning signs, no clue about what Twitch was going through, and that it left her and the kids without closure.
No one realized that Allison Holker has never danced since her husband's passing, using Stephen Twitch Boss's $6 million inheritance to keep their 3 children far from his tragic fate. Recently, the So You Think You Can Dance star celebrated her child's birthday on social media, but many fans familiar with their family couldn't help but cast worried glances at the 5-year-old, knowing that their father, also a City Dikawara member, Stephen Twitch Boss, passed away due to high-functioning depression, a condition with a 50% chance of being hereditary. However, Allison Holker doesn't seem worried because since her husband chose the darkest path, she has been doing everything she can to hold the family together. After the guest host of The Ellen Show passed in 2022, Allison Holker used the $6 million he left behind to invest and transform herself into a mental health advocate. She has been vocal about the importance of mental health online and even published a memoir, This Far, helping her 3 children navigate the grief of losing their father and even comforting mourning fans. Allison openly stated, "I want to be a voice for those who feel alone."
Now, 2 years later, Allison has been speaking out again, but this time on a press tour for her memoir, This Far. In the book and interviews, she shared personal and unexpected details about Twitch that no one saw coming.
Stephen Twitch Boss's widow Allison Holker has broken her silence following the backlash she received for comments she made about her late husband. Holker was slammed by Boss's family and friends for labeling him a addict while promoting her upcoming book, allegedly making people sign NDAs to attend his funeral and sharing pages of his journal. After saying in an Instagram comment that she's just trying to help people feel safe to ask for help and support, Holker also posted a story defending herself. In it, she claimed the proceeds from her book will go towards the mental health-focused foundation she started in Boss's honor.
She revealed a heartbreaking moment she experienced while preparing for his funeral. With the help of a close friend, Allison was sorting through his belongings to choose the perfect outfit to honor him. While going through his closet, they stumbled upon something shocking: shoeboxes filled with various substances, including mushrooms, pills, and other narcotics. Allison described finding those shoeboxes as one of the most triggering moments of her life. She admitted she never suspected Twitch had been struggling with addiction, and that the discovery left her blindsided. But at the same time, she said it helped her understand the depth of what he had been going through, things she had never known. It was a heartbreaking reality that forced her to see just how much Twitch had been battling in silence.
I'm so happy to see you, Allison. How have you been?
It's been, if I'm honest, a very challenging year.
Yes.
Full of very convoluted feelings and conflicting emotions where sometimes I'm just really joyous and happy, and then other times I'm really angry and sad and full of all these different confusing feelings that are all at the same time. And then I decide at the end of the day for my children and myself that I'm going to make sure I choose the right energy for myself. So I choose love and joy, and to remember him as the amazing human that he is, and celebrate him with my kids, and still celebrate life, because I just feel like there's so much purpose and love out there for us to experience. But it's fun to have dance as a way for us to connect and kind of express all these emotions together. We were watching Trolls the other day in our on the TV, and we just got up and started dancing together, and they were bouncing off the couches, jumping off the coffee table, and it was just like so much freedom.
But that's not all. While sorting through Twitch's belongings, Allison also came across his personal journal. Inside, she found detailed entries that revealed a side of Twitch no one knew about. He had written about deeply traumatic experiences, including being SA'd as a child. According to Allison, these entries gave her more insight to the immense pain he had been carrying for years. She believed that he turned to self-medicating as a way to cope with those unresolved feelings, and that he kept it all to himself because he didn't want to burden anyone. In his own way, Twitch was trying to protect the people he loved, even while struggling silently.
When I would think about my husband at the time, I would think, oh, I love that Twitch is such a great performer, but then when he comes home, he feels safe enough to be Steven. Twitch was extremely extroverted. Stephen was introverted. Twitch loved to be the light in everyone's lives, and then Stephen liked to hide away. Those are very two different personalities that were battling each other any given day. And we would talk about that in interviews, that he very much admitted that that was going on. And I think as I was with him for so long, and that's how he's been the entire relationship, I was like, it's a beautiful thing that he can be both.
However, these revelations have sparked a lot of controversy. Critics have questioned whether Allison should have shared such personal details in her memoir, especially since Twitch isn't there to give his consent. They argue that these stories might not reflect how he wanted to be remembered, as Twitch never publicly shared these struggles himself. What's adding even more fuel to the fire is a key detail that's raising eyebrows. Official reports showed that no substances were found in Twitch's system when he lost his life. This has led some people to question the credibility of Allison's claims about his self-medicating. Skeptics are accusing her of exaggerating or even making up parts of his story to sell books. And that's not the only scrutiny Allison is facing. Fans have been picking apart her actions since Twitch's demise, and not everyone is convinced she's grieving the way they expect. For example, just 2 days after his passing, she reportedly changed her name on Instagram, which many found surprisingly quick. Then she sold the family home shortly after, raising even more questions. Now she's been seen with a new partner, and opinions are split. Some say she has every right to move on, while others think it's disrespectful to Twitch's memory.
But then when you start stepping away from the new fact of what's happened, I look at that, I was like, wait, what if I would have made him feel safe, or with therapy, he could have felt safe to be him all the time? And what if he felt safe being this one individual that has different kind of energies, but you don't have to be a completely different person and put them aside from each other? I wish in that part of my life with him that he would have felt comfortable asking for help, wanting to go to therapy, wanting to talk to his friends or loved ones or people he felt comfortable with about what he was really feeling.
Meanwhile, Twitch's family has been vocal about their frustrations. His cousin Eleanor took to Twitter to call Allison out, and she didn't hold back. Eleanor claimed that Allison made Twitch's family, including his own mother, sign NDAs just to attend his funeral. She accused Allison of trying to tarnish Twitch's legacy and blocking the Boss family from seeing his kids. According to Eleanor, the family is done staying quiet, and they're not going to let Allison's actions go unchecked. Twitch's brother, Dre Rose, isn't holding back about the struggles his family has faced since Twitch's tragic demise in August 2023. In a heartfelt Instagram post, Dre shared some of the challenges they've been dealing with behind closed doors. But what really got people talking was his mention of a non-disclosure agreement that, according to him, the entire family was forced to sign. Dre revealed that the family's attempts to heal and come together have been met with roadblocks. He said the NDA caused tension because they didn't agree with its original terms. On top of that, he expressed frustration over how his mom and the rest of the family have been treated, saying it's made the grieving process even harder. What's even more upsetting, Dre claimed, is how Twitch's kids have been pulled into these adult conflicts. He described it as weaponizing the children and said it's heartbreaking to see them caught up in the middle. He also accused Allison of keeping the kids away from Twitch's side of the family. According to Dre, there's been little communication about the children's well-being, and their interactions with their grandmother and other family members have been severely limited. He said the kids need a safe, loving environment to grieve, but that hasn't been happening.
And I think that's the confusion that I've always been left with, because I'm not gonna have closure, my kids aren't gonna have closure, because it's very confusing when you think everything's wonderful. But then you look back and you're like, oh, maybe that was a sign. But that's also still something I'm still trying to process and understand myself, which is why therapy is wonderful. But for real, it's interesting because there were no signs.
Dre shared how the family has tried to clear up misunderstandings and rebuild a better relationship, but those efforts have been ignored. He called out the silence and lack of acknowledgement, saying it's created a toxic environment that's adding to their emotional burden. What really stung, Dre said, is how their mother has been treated. He accused Allison of showing her disrespect during a time when she's already dealing with the devastating loss of her son. Dre emphasized how important it is for his mom to be involved in family matters and have access to cherished memories of Twitch. especially in her later years. He called it unfair and hurtful that this access has been withheld, not just for her, but for Twitch's grieving grandparents too. It's not just Twitch's family calling out Allison. His friends have been speaking up too. One of the loudest voices has been Courtney Ann Platt, who was close to both Twitch and Allison. Courtney didn't hold back when she blasted Allison on Instagram over her tell-all memoir.
Stephen was an incredible father, an incredible husband, and we shared in something so special. Like, our love was so real and it was so loud and beautiful. I tell people, like, at our house, it was like it was a choreographed dance. It was a beautiful routine, and everyone molded together, and there was so much laughter and love and so many amazing memories created. And he was a family man, and he loved taking care of everyone and protecting everyone, and you can still feel that love in our home. He's with us, he's in our hearts, he's watching over us from the stars, and our home still feels like that safe place because I know he is still with us and here protecting us.
Courtney described Allison's decision to write the book as the most tacky and classless move she'd ever seen. She mentioned how everyone, including Twitch's own mother, was forced to sign an NDA just to attend his funeral. Courtney called it ironic, pointing out that Allison had turned around and aired Twitch's dirty laundry in a book, accusing her of smearing his name and dimming the light of the kind, loving man Twitch was. She didn't stop there. Courtney questioned how Allison could claim to protect Twitch's legacy while sharing such personal details about his life. Courtney felt it was a slap in the face to Twitch's kids, saying Allison should have thought about how this would hurt them. And then Courtney really laid into Allison's public behavior since Twitch's passing. She accused her of moving on too quickly, pointing out how Allison changed her name on social media just days after Twitch passed, hit every red carpet she could, and chased celebrity gigs. Courtney suggested that instead of publishing a book, Allison should have turned to therapy, a journal, or close friends.
I flew. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out, but it also helped me process that he was going through so much.
Courtney ended her post with a fiery message. She acknowledged that Twitch had been dealing with deep pain and mental health struggles, but she was furious that Allison's actions didn't reflect love or empathy. Courtney called the memoir a smear campaign for a buck and said Twitch would never have wanted this. She didn't hold back, telling Allison to deal with her own issues and let Twitch rest in peace. But Courtney isn't the only one speaking out. Manny Cross, another of Twitch's closest friends, also took aim at Allison. He outright accused her of lying about Twitch being an addict just to grab attention. Manny wasn't playing around. He claimed to have proof that Allison was the one using substances like coke and ecstasy and warned her to stop lying. Manny even threatened to release their last conversation if she didn't back off, saying everyone who knew Twitch knew the truth. Manny didn't stop there. He also had some hard-hitting questions for Allison, calling her out over the way she handled things after Twitch's passing. He questioned why Twitch's own mom had to sign an NDA just to see her son's body, and why close friends and family had to sign NDAs just to attend the funeral. He also accused her of lying at the funeral when she said that every day was magical, claiming Twitch had told him otherwise. Manny didn't hold back. He said he truly believed Twitch would still be alive if he hadn't been married to Allison. With all the backlash piling up, Allison finally broke her silence. She posted a long response on her Instagram stories, addressing the criticism directly and defending her decision to write a memoir. Allison said her main reason for writing the book was to share her own story and her life with Twitch, hoping it might help others. She admitted she still doesn't fully understand what happened to him and probably never will, but writing the book was part of her way of trying to piece things together.
Speaking on the topic of love, what's the thing you loved about Twitch the most and still love about him today?
The best hugs.
Man.
It really is. I will say it time and time again. He saw people. He would see you. And that was something I haven't really seen in a lot of people. Like, being able to have that skill of walking in a room and he could see everyone. And I don't just mean like seeing, oh, like I see you in front of me. Like, I see into your soul. He could see you. Right? And it was a beautiful gift that he had, because then he would make you feel so good about who you were.
She explained that the memoir wasn't just about celebrating the love and life she shared with Twitch and their 3 kids, it was also about talking honestly about the harder parts of their lives. By opening up, Allison hoped others might see themselves or someone they love in Twitch's story. She wanted to raise awareness about the red flags she missed, hoping it might save someone else before it's too late. Allison also shared how, over the past 2 years, she's been working closely with mental health organizations like NAMI and the Defensive Line Foundation. She said this was her way of educating herself on mental health issues so she could share warning signs with others. According to Allison, all the proceeds from her book are going to her mental health foundation, Move with Kindness, which she started in Twitch's honor. Her goal? To make sure no one else has to lose a husband, father, brother, or friend the way she did.
Steven was so loved by so many people. How were you able to balance letting the public also grieve, but also in an intimate way for yourself?
We didn't leave our home for about 3-4 months. I needed to experience so many different emotions. I need to be strong enough to experience this in public, but I need my kids to understand what this is because it was happening to them as well. This is our life and this was our purpose, but we're gonna be okay and we're supposed to help others on their journeys through grief. Kids are a lot more susceptible and understanding than we give them credit for. When you're a child that's experienced grief, a really important thing for them to also understand is you will be okay.
Yeah.
You're still gonna be sad. That's just life. Somewhere in the world right now, someone's enduring something that I can't imagine. So you can never have that victim mentality. Have empathy for yourself, empathy for the people around you, but don't be a victim to it. Be there for other people through your experience.
In closing, Allison said she believed Twitch would have wanted his story told if it could save even one life. She thanked those who have supported her and her family throughout the years, saying it meant the world to her. Twitch's mom, Connie Boss Alexander, has stayed quiet through all the drama. Until now. When she finally spoke up, she didn't hold back. Connie made it clear she was done watching her son's name get dragged through the mud, and she wasn't going to stay silent anymore. Not long after Allison's big interview and all the headlines that followed, Connie took to Instagram to set the record straight. She called out the misleading and hurtful claims being spread about Twitch, saying they crossed the line. Connie said her son didn't deserve this, and neither did his kids. She was firm in her stance. As his mother, she wouldn't let his legacy be tarnished. Connie explained why she stayed out of the public eye for so long. She said her main focus over the past 2 years had been healing and staying connected to her grandchildren. But after reading what she described as dreadful claims about Twitch, she realized she couldn't stay silent anymore. Connie promised that her family would fight to protect Twitch's name and honor no matter what. But wait, this story takes an even bigger twist. According to someone close to Twitch's side of the family, there's allegedly evidence that could prove Allison hasn't been truthful. The family insider claims Twitch left a voicemail for his brother before his passing, and in it, he opened up about problems in his marriage. Supposedly, Twitch hinted that things weren't as perfect as Allison has portrayed. The insider also alleged that Twitch had concerns about Allison being with him for the wrong reasons, like clout instead of love. They claim he shared these feelings not just with his brother, but also with his friend Manny Cross. This might explain why Manny suggested Twitch had been planning to divorce Allison before his tragic demise.
Allison Holker has found love again after her husband Stephen Twitch Boss's death. The Dancing with the Stars alum teased her new relationship by posting a photo on Instagram of the shadows of her and a man holding hands. She simply captioned the sweet pic with a red heart emoji, signifying that the mystery man was her lover. Many people wished Allison well with her new romance, including fellow widow Amanda Klutz, who commented, "Very happy for you." The pro dancer got married to Twitch in 2013, and they shared 3 kids together. In December of 2022, the former Ellen DeGeneres show DJ was found dead inside a Los Angeles hotel room from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was 40 years old. Twitch reportedly left a note at the time detailing past challenges and mental health struggles. However, by June of this year, Allison admitted she was now willing to embrace dating again, and we're glad she's happily doing so.
A couple of years after her ex-husband's tragic passing, Allison Holker has revealed that she's found love again. She recently went public with her new boyfriend, Adam Edmonds, a tech CEO at New York Fashion Week late last year. Sharing her feelings with People, Allison said she's incredibly happy and feels supported, seen, and fully loved in her new relationship. Opening up about her journey, Allison admitted it took her a long time to feel ready to start dating again. She didn't think she'd ever find herself in this situation, but now she's embracing it with gratitude, describing it as a new and beautiful chapter in her life. And that's not all Allison has going on. On September 23rd, she announced that she's releasing a memoir titled This Far, set to come out on February 4th, 2025. The book's title reflects the ups and downs of her life over the past 2 years and her determination to keep moving forward. Allison also addressed the mixed reactions to her new relationship. While she's received lots of love and support from fans on Instagram, she understands that seeing her in a new relationship might feel surprising to some. She admitted it's a strange place to be in, even for herself. However, she hopes people realize that finding new love doesn't take away from the bond she shared with her late husband, Twitch. Allison explained that her love for Steven is still very much alive. She believes everything she learned from that beautiful connection has helped her grow and become even better for the next chapter of her life. Now she feels ready to take this next step with Adam, describing their love as strong and vibrant. For Allison, it's not about one love overshadowing the other. It's about how her past love prepared her for what's next. Allison Holker has been opening up more about her life, hoping to inspire anyone dealing with guilt or loneliness to stay open to new possibilities. She wants people to know that life, no matter how messy or challenging, can still hold moments of joy. Allison shared that she believes everyone deserves to live fully and find happiness without feeling ashamed for choosing to embrace it. But let's be real, this whole situation is complicated and emotionally charged. What do you think about the accusations against Allison and everything being said about her relationship with Twitch's family? Share your thoughts in the comments below. That's all for today. If you want to stay up to date on the latest hot topics, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for more videos like this.